Well, God bless you, brother. This is Pastor Omar A. Muhammad, and I'm here with you because I feel like I have a word to share with you today. One of the aspects of being equipped to be married is understanding that going into this process, you're going from a single mindset to a married mindset. And I need to be honest with you and transparent up front. This is one of the hardest things for me to do. My wife would always say, well, if you just want to be single, you just need to go on and do this or go on and do that. If you just want to be this, you're just single-minded. You're not thinking about us. You're thinking about you. And I had to take some of that in and just, get some help on it. So what I thought I'd do is I thought I would equip you so you could be better equipped for that. So if you're in a marriage and this is for a person who's in a marriage and also a person who's thinking about marriage. You need to have these things in mind. So I'm gonna give you 8 keys to moving from the single-minded person to the married-minded person. I'm primarily focusing this to the brothers, but I think this will be working for any couple and any person. Number 1, and first and foremost, is commitment. We must be committed to the process of the two becoming one. We must be committed to the marriage union. Look, embrace the commitment to your partner and the relationship. Instead of trying to resist it like I did for so many years, just embrace it. Just take it in and say, okay, we're going to do it. We're going to come into this thing together. Understand that marriage requires a strong commitment to you and your relationship with your partner. Yes. Understand that marriage is a lifelong commitment. It requires effort. You got to work at it, compromise, and dedication. This means that prioritizing your partner's needs, being emotionally available, and working together to build a strong foundation for your marriage. We must do that. We must prioritize our partner's needs, embracing the idea of building a life together and working through the challenges as a team. One of the things my wife said, you don't work as a team. So it took me a while. Now we're a fine unit. We're a team, but it takes a while. But the most important thing, number 1, is commitment. Number 2, we must practice communication. What? Yes, effective communication is essential for any relationship, right? However, it becomes even more crucial in marriage. Developing a strong communication skill is develop a strong communication skill and actively practice open and honest communication with your partner is essential. Brothers, we have to share our thoughts. Yes. We have to be open and honest. Yes. We need to share our feelings and our concerns openly and listen attentively to our spouse's perspective. Effective communication is essential for a healthy and successful marriage. Brother, open your mouth, talk. I know a man almost lost his woman because he just would not talk. He had ideas, but he just wouldn't talk. You have to communicate. Number 3, we have to be willing to do the dirty thing, to compromise. What do you mean? In a marriage, you will need to make compromises and sacrifices. Yeah, we will have to do that. And these compromises and sacrifices will be ongoing. Yes, these compromises and sacrifices will be ongoing. It is important to be willing to find a solution that works for you and your partner. Even if it means, bro, you're not going to get your way. Sometimes you're just not going to get your way. It's just not that way. So compromise is a major part of being gifted. The 4th key is to prioritize. Prioritize, yes, I said prioritize. What we have to do is shift our mindset to prioritize our partner and our relationship. A lot of times when we're single, it's just all about us. No need to compromise what we say it is, and nobody's going to challenge it. But in this the two becoming one, we have to prioritize. We have to understand that our decisions and actions now impact not just you, but both of you. And that's very, very important for us to understand. We have to make decisions together to consider each other's needs and desires above our own, and make time for our relationship in the midst of responsibility. I know you got to work. I know you got to make things happen, but you also need to set some time aside for you and your significant other. Well, my wife and I we just started going on dates. We're so glad the children are old enough that we can just go out, we can get away and run and go and do stuff. And we just make it a priority. We just make it a priority. Even if it's just going to the supermarket together. It may not be much to it, but sometimes that's just all you need, to prioritize being with your spouse. Now, this second part, key number 5, is that we have to have a sense of shared goals and values. Yes, we need to align our goals and values with our partner's goals and values. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Yes, is there a way that we can work together? Right. Partners have to have, one key aspect of a marriage is understanding that it's a partnership. We need to discuss our long-term dreams and aspirations to assure that we're both on the same page, working toward the same common future together. Are we going to the same destination, or are you going over here? I remember one relationship, I ended it because I realized that she was going there and I was going here. We weren't going together. But now my wife and I, we're going together to accomplish what it is that God has put us here on the earth realm to do. So it's important for us to define what our goals are, write our goals down, write our values, and see if they align together. One thing, my wife and I, we love to serve God and his people. We love to encourage people. So we make sure all that we do has some kind of element of us working toward that goal of being a service and a blessing to those people in our community. The next part, number 6 and 7, they might even be combined, because the thing that holds them together is the word RESPECT. Find out what it means to me, respect. Yeah, respect is huge. So we want to respect and support. That's number 6, respect and support. By respecting and supporting, I mean treat your partner with respect, with kindness, with consideration. We support them in their endeavors and be their cheerleader and show your appreciation for what they are doing and for their efforts. We have to be their cheerleader, right? Build a strong foundation of mutual respect and support is crucial for a happy and lasting marriage. Yes. Now, the world may not support your spouse, but you must. It might not even be something that you're into. It might be an all single sex thing that they're doing, and then you're just a support person. You're just carrying a bag. You're just making sure that they get there on time. So we want to respect the calling and purpose on that individual's life, and we want to support them in every way that we possibly can. If they are into social media and they post something on their channel, go on and make some comments on there. Go on and share that with your network. Be willing to be, and number one, brother, please do it. Sister, please do it. Be kind to one another. There's a whole lot of people, when they get into relationships and it's long term, they stop being kind, and that's not cool at all. Let's go to this next one, and it's also in the area of respect. We have to respect and show empathy. Respect and show empathy. Empathy is that idea of feeling what another person feels. So we want to cultivate respect and empathy toward our partner. I may never know what it is to have a cycle, but I at least have to have respect and empathy for those people, for my spouse who has a cycle, and I respect it. I go the biblical route. I don't try to press up on the person when they're going through that. But I have to empathize, because I can't understand why it just drains you and make you want to lay down and be. I don't get it, but I can imagine if I lost a lot of bodily fluids, I would have a problem too. So I have to have some sense of empathy, empathize with them for whatever it is. Understand and appreciate your partner's perspective, feelings, and needs. Now, I may not always agree with my wife, but at least I try to get an understanding of what her, and I say it like this: I see how you got there. I may not agree with it, but at least see how you got there, and I can see your perspective, and I trust your feelings. When I hear my wife talking about feelings, I feel this and I feel that. I used to say, "Oh, you shouldn't feel that way," but who am I to say how a person should feel? Wow, that must be really painful for you. So we have to be empathetic. We need to seek out their perspective, find out how they're feeling, and meet their needs. We need to treat each other once again with kindness and consideration and understanding. Empathy plays a crucial role in building a strong emotional connection in a marriage. I know how to do it. Well, if that's a problem for you, put yourself in their shoes for a moment. Try to think from their perspective, and empathy will rise if you're empathetic at all. There's some people who have a deficit of empathy. And we're coming on the eighth one. This is the eighth key. The last one I'm going to share with you today, and that's adaptability. Say it with me. Adaptability. We brothers, we must be willing to embrace flexibility and adaptability in our relationship. We have to understand that both you and your partner, that will grow over time, and be willing to adapt to new circumstances, and navigate challenging waters together, and evolve as individuals and as a couple. Flexibility and compromise are key components of a successful marriage. I am not the same man that my wife married in 1990. I'm not. I've noticed that my changes, my appetite has changed, my values have changed, what I think is important has changed. I am an ever-evolving being. And guess what? Your partner, if they're growing at all, is also ever-evolving too. So we have to be flexible. What I used to like, I don't like anymore. And what I didn't like, now I do like. These are things that are just happening. I can give you several examples over time. But the thing that messed with my wife up was when I first got married, I was still eating meats. But it's over 20 years now, and I haven't eaten any kind of meat in a long time. And she changed up. At first, she was like kind of resisting and wasn't doing, but she always respected it. And now, guess what? She's becoming more and more vegetarian or pescatarian as time goes on. So we have to understand that flexibility and adaptability is a part of the process. Well, I'm running out of time. Let me just say this, and I hope you know I'm reading from my notes. So if you're looking at I'm reading from my notes, I am. I wanted to make sure my thoughts were clear when I came here. So by focusing on these things, a person can transition from being a single-minded person to a married-minded person, and more effectively fostering a strong and fulfilling relationship with their partner, right? Remember, this transitioning from being a single mind to a married mind, it ain't easy, and it's not for the weak. Right? It's a process. I say it once again. It ain't easy, and it's not for the weak. It is a process that takes time and effort from both of us, both of the partners, right? Open communication, mutual respect, and willingness to grow and adapt together are keys to navigating this transition safely. God bless you. This is your friend, Pastor Omar. Remember, as always, to keep your hands clean and your heart pure. You cannot go wrong with that. I'm out.